G'day Warbanders, and today I want to rank all the mods I've played in Mount and Blade Warband. You know, the RPG strategy game we all love and enjoy. And this is not an exhaustive list of what I've played. I have played mods here and there, but these are like the most popular and most, you know, the ones I've played the most. And I just want to rank them and have some fun. Of course, if I miss your mod, I don't want to upset you, but yeah, this is my list, and we'll start with the first mod of the day, and that's Between Empires. Now, I've had some comments saying this mod is buggy. Okay, so it's a Victorian era mod. You know, you can control any nation you want. There's an economy system in the background, has a cool battle system, and I'm going to have to give it a B. I was toying with the idea of making it an S tier, but there's some bugs in it that make it unplayable, okay? But the experience, the feel of the mod, you know, you really feel like you're in the Victorian era with that one, and it's a really polished mod for what it is. So yeah, it's a B tier, guys, Between Empires, you know, Victorian mod. So yeah, B tier for that one. Now this one's going to be a bit controversial. For the Florist mod, I actually don't like this mod, guys. I've played it. I think it's a bit like, you know, there's too much stuff in it. Like, it's good for a beginner, for someone who's getting into Warband, but this is kind of like an old mod, you know. It's like one of the first, you know, overhaul mods that came out, I believe, and you know, it's good, but it's basically a you know, a full overhaul of vanilla, okay? But it adds a lot of armors, but you know, some of it's not cohesive, so you gotta be careful with mods. Sometimes they're not cohesive, and this is a, you know, mod that's not really that cohesive in my opinion. So I'm going to put it, I think it's better than Between Empires, to be honest. Oh, nah, I think I'm going to put it C tier. That's a bit of a controversy right there stirring, but look, I don't play Florist that much, and you know, there's reasons for that, and I just listed them there. So yeah, fuck Florist. Yeah, also, another favorite mod, Anno Domini 1257. Now this is the mainstay of historical mods in Warband. This is one of the best historical mods you can get, or the second best. I'm going to put this in A tier because it's just amazing. The recruitment system where you recruit peasants and levies, all that, just amazing, historically accurate. The armor is great. The sound design, you know, full European map. You know, if you're really looking for a historical experience, as I said in one of my other videos, my Warband review videos, this is the one, Anno Domini 1257. So yeah, A tier. I don't think it's like excellent, but it's up there. So next we have, I don't know how to pronounce this, Liangel, a French word, and it's basically a Napoleonic Wars mod. And yeah, I'm going to have to put this, because I feel like it's a bit sparse on the content, to be honest. Like the linear warfare, you know, it's a bit limited, like the AI doesn't do it. So it's kind of like, oh, you know, people are not forming lines, you know. But the uniforms, the weapons, the sound is great. The presentation is awesome. Look, I'll be kind to this and give it an A, okay? But I'm shifting towards B because the content is not, like, it's basically copy and pasted vanilla, you know, mechanics. There's not much, you know, overhauls, you know, like same mechanics from vanilla, unless they've changed it, but I believe it's not been updated in ages. So that's going to go in A tier. Great mod for if you want to play Napoleonic Wars, but in a single player setting, but that's it. And also, guys, I'm not reviewing any multiplayer mods. I'll do that in a separate video because I feel like it'll get too long if I put all the mods I know of or I've played. But yeah, moving on to another mod, Nerva Aetius. Now this one, I just love the idea, right? I would love to put an S tier. The mechanics, you go from peasant to king. There's social classes, there's colonialism, and you know, there's actually a tech tree. You can go from pikemen to muskets. It's amazing, right? So much content. But what you know, it's brought down because it's really buggy, right? It has to go on B tier because it's similar to Between Empires, where there's a lot of mechanics going on. There's so much stuff going on, like so much content, but it's not cohesive, or you know, it's really buggy and not implemented well. Okay, the concept is great, but the implementation is, you know, bad. So yeah, I would love to put this to S tier, as I said before, but it's gonna sit at B tier because it's just buggy and kind of, you know, some would say unplayable, but you know, I'm pretty fair. So yeah. Next one we got Diplomacy Litdom. Now this is a classic. This is like an extension of the Diplomacy mod. This, you know, the first type of mods that really overhauled it. Yeah, Litdom. I would give this a solid A tier. It's a nice extension on the Diplomacy mod. Adds some features, armors, weapons. It just, you know, it's basically a better version of Diplomacy mod. But there's even a better version of Litdom, and that's Diplomacy Litdom Reloaded. I really like this one. Controversy, I know, but this mod, Diplomacy Litdom Reloaded, is basically the mod meant for us, or you know, the veterans of Warband, the people who play this game for 1,000 hours, and we want to challenge. This mod is specifically made for me. It adds so many challenging mechanics, like how lords can scale to your level. They can scale their armies. They can get stronger and stronger over time. There's a lot of, the mod developer has gone and really rebalanced the game to make it feel challenging, okay? Because in Mount & Blade games, you can get to a point where you're snowballing, but he's tried everything he can to stop that, make it a challenging experience throughout. So that's why I'm putting it on the S tier, because he's really focusing on that, and I just love it. And yeah, basically, you know, better version of Litdom, you know, better version of Diplomacy mod. So yeah, I'm putting that up there. I just put this one in for funsies, The Reckoning. I'm gonna put this, it's good presentation, right? You know, a zombie mod, The Reckoning. It's a zombie mod, yeah, but it's very buggy and I don't think it's working correctly. But the concept, the mechanics, like there's armies, there's you know, there's like the military, there's the zombies, there's the bandits, you know, you can create your own bases, I think. And it's just a nice, you know, interesting mod that it just thinks outside the box. And people say, you know, if you dig hard enough, you can find a mod for any period or game you want in Mount & Blade Warband. There's so many mods. Some of them are varying quality, but this one, it's okay, but I love the novelty of zombies. So I'm going to put an C tier, but if it had, you know, more updates, you know, and wasn't a dead mod, and, you know, the bugs were fixed, I'd probably put an A or B tier, because the, you know, zombies are cool, man. So yeah. And now this one. Look, guys, I haven't played Bandit Page a lot. I have played it, and it's a really extensive Bandit Page. It's a really extensive vanilla overhaul. And yes, I'm going to put this in S tier. It's amazing how much this guy has put, you know, his work into this mod. He's changed literally everything. Like, I'm not joking. He's literally changed lots of things. And that's the main reason why I don't like it personally, because it changes too much. For me, you know, a vanilla overhaul shouldn't change too much, but this basically overhauls the game to, you know, next level. I would say it's better than Diplomacy Litdom. I would say it's better than all that. I think it's probably the best vanilla overhaul. So say if you're really tired of vanilla, you want a new fresh experience in the vanilla setting, Bandit Page 3.0, great mod. Now we have the Game of Thrones mods. Now, these really piss me off, okay? Because they use, like, they don't go off the books sometimes. They go off the show and the books. So, A Clash of Kings is like a TV show sort of mod for Game of Thrones. And I'm going to put it in B tier. Look, I just don't like it. It's just the show armor just looks disgusting. Don't get me wrong. I love the show in the first few seasons. But the armors, the weapons, they're not good. Like, they weren't designed that well. You know, the costumes. And I just don't like them in Warband, okay? They should have based the armors more off the books. They should base everything off the books, Game of Thrones and onward. Because the books are simply better than the TV show. So yeah, that's my main reason. Now, A Song of Ice and Fire. So this is a different mod. The last one was called A Clash of Kings. This is A Song of Ice and Fire, I believe. No, it's A World of Ice and Fire. That's the mod. That's what it's called. I'm going to put this a little bit higher because I feel like the quality is better. And also, the last mod, the Clash of Kings mod developer, apparently he's really toxic. Really toxic developer. And apparently he does some stuff to his competition. So I'm not sure if that, I don't know how to verify that, but I would probably stay clear. But, you know, I'll put it up there because, you know, I think it's a good mod, but not the best. But you know, a World of Ice and Fire is probably S tier for me actually. You know, because it's a challenging experience. It's in depth. There's so many factions. You can go to Westeros. You can go to Essos. So many factions, so much armors, so much content. There's even quest lines. There's so much mechanics. It's basically based off Viking Conquest, which is a great DLC. I got to get around to playing it and giving you a review on it because Viking Conquest is still a great DLC, guys. You know, awesome. And yeah, that's, you know, the Game of Thrones mods, and I feel like, you know, I'm a World of Ice and Fire fan instead of, you know, the Clash of Kings mod. But yeah, cool Game of Thrones mods. Right, so next we got the Diplomacy mod, so I put this in for a funny one. I actually played this, guys, so it adds sex into the game, or coitus. Look, I don't engage with that sort of stuff, like, you know, but I feel like it adds a lot of cool mechanics. It's basically a better version of Diplomacy mod, like Diplomacy Lictum, so it's like, you know, a variation of that, like another sub mod, I would say. And I feel like it adds a lot of content. Not too much, not too little, and it fixes a lot of problems. And I would probably say it's probably better than the Diplomacy mod, in my view. So I'm going to put it with the rest of them there. Look, I know people are going to laugh and snigger, but, you know, Diplomacy mod, awesome. On the same level as these mods here. And, you know, I would go to S tier, but I think there's like some tiny bugs in it, so I won't put it S tier. Because it's not that content heavy, but it is, you know, it's a better Diplomacy mod. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but that's just what it is. And yeah, we got a Roman mod, Bellum Imperium. It basically adds the Roman Empire, you know, Spain, you know, the barbarians, the Gauls, you know. And it's set in the late Roman period, so not the early Republican era, the late Roman period. So, I reckon this is S tier, because the armor, the weapons, like, they look really nice, right? And I like, just keep in mind, guys, I haven't played all these mods to their fullest extent, but I have played them to a degree. The ones I played the most were Anno Domini, Leandril, Between Empires, A World of Ice and Fire. I played a bit of Clash of Kings, played a bit of Florus. The Reckoning I played once and I was impressed by the novelty, but you get my point, right? I don't play all these mods like to their fullest extent, because if I did, I would be dead, or, you know, it'd take me way too long to make a video, okay? But I have played these mods, right? And I would say the Roman Empire mod is, you know, a good mod. I think there's another Roman Empire mod, but I haven't got around to that yet. But this one, it was the first one I played. I found it really polished. I found it really well researched. I don't think there's any problems with it, but, you know, point out in the comments. I think it's pretty good. And then, look, guys, I think this is the best mod in Warband, right? Prophecy of Pendor, like, that has to be an S tier, man. Like, come on. No, I'll put the Roman mod in A tier. That makes more sense. It's good, but, like, it's not amazing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put Prophecy of Pendor S tier, right? The reason why I'm doing that is because it is the best mod. So much content, quest lines, you know, innovative features that are not found in other mods. Because a lot of mods in Warband, they seem to you know, take each other's mechanics, right? They recycle, you know, previous mods. But Prophecy of Pendor can be said to be a DLC of Warband. Like, you know, there's probably an alternative universe where Tailworlds did, you know, buy the rights to that mod and made it a DLC, like a fantasy DLC. And, you know, I think it could have been a DLC. And like, it was updated in 2020, so it's still like a, you know, 4 years ago, but still, it's, you know, it's been updated, but, you know, and I just feel like it's really polished. Like, it feels like a real, you know, mod team worked on this, like a real developer team, like not just like some guy in his basement, you know, just having some fun. Like, this was made by an actual team, you know, and they knew what they're doing. So yeah, that was great. And yeah, top mod. Usually I like the historical settings better, I like realism better, but Prophecy of Pendor, the gameplay is just amazing. And now we go back to the classic days of when Warband modding was at its, you know, infancy, and I would say the original diplomacy mod is probably S tier. Every warbander starts out with the original diplomacy mod, no matter what. I did. It adds so much to the game. As the name implies, it adds diplomacy. And now every mod uses it. That's how great a mod it was. That he created the guy created such a great mod that every mod uses it. It's crazy. And yeah, I cannot, not put this in S tier because of how much impact it had on the modding scene, how much it furthered it. Okay, it added so much, diplomatic actions like sending envoys and stuff like that, so you didn't have to personally go to another king, I believe. So yeah, that's my list, guys, my short list. I'll probably make more of these lists as I find more mods and I've played more mods, but this is what I've played roughly so far. My memory fades, so I might have forgotten some ones I've played, but if they're not memorable, why would I put them on here? These are the mods that were memorable to me. Like, I think I played the Star Wars mod like once and I wasn't like gripped by it because Mount Blade Warband is a medieval game after all, so you have to try and work within the engine or the limitations of that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think I'm wrong, or do you think this is a good list, or a good ranking? I think it is. I think Flores is up for debate. I know a lot of people love Flores, but there's better mods out there. There's better stuff out there. With Between Empires, I'm sorry if I put it at B tier. Oh, is this the best mod ever? No, it's not. I've checked it out. It's a bit buggy, right? So yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Bye.